The way I described his house is like a naughty drawer. It's not the hellish environment everyone's making it out to be. He was the kind of guy that just wanted to kill people, but his whole house was like that. But at the same time, I think he just kind of wanted to kill people.
In the small, usually peaceful city of Wyoming, Michigan, the summer of 2014 brought a story that would leave the community in shock and mourning. It began with an online encounter, a common enough start in the digital age, but one that would lead down a dark path. Brady Oestrike, a 31-year-old man, became involved in a tragic case that highlighted the potential dangers lurking within online interactions. Oestrike met Brooke Slocum, an 18-year-old pregnant woman, and her boyfriend, Charles Openneer, through a Craigslist ad. Weeks earlier, Oestrike had developed another relationship with a woman he met on Craigslist. The woman had placed a personal ad seeking for friendship and paid companionship. Oestrike responded to her ad within an hour. She received 27 other inquiries. She and Oestrike shared emails and telephone numbers. She told Oestrike she lived in Coldwater but wanted to move. Oestrike said she could move in with him. In mid-May 2014, he drove to Coldwater. He asked if the woman would ride back in a suitcase. She found the request strange, but thought it was part of a kinky act, and she agreed to, police wrote. After 2 hours, the car stopped. She believed that Oestrike drugged her. He opened a zipper and sprayed something into the suitcase. She was groggy. He carried her in the suitcase into his house. He asked her to be his bondage slave, she told police. She saw several security cameras, including one in the bathroom. The cameras were for security, he said. He told her he was paranoid. He showed her a gun. He put it to her head. He then put a metal chain attached to the basement floor around her neck. She agreed to his demand that they have companionship. He ignored her request to stop. She said living conditions inside the home were deplorable. The kitchen was messy, with expired food in the refrigerator. Sticky floors were covered with piles of clothes. She spent 2 days making it livable. When Oestrike left for work, he would chain her by the neck. Once, when she said she was sick and asked him not to chain her up, he shocked her with a stun gun. He held the taser on her for 20 seconds. It was his ultimate fantasy, police reports said. On June 19, 2014, the woman was free to call 911. It is unclear what happened after that, but she went to a facility for a week, refusing contact with Oestrike before she moved into a domestic violence shelter. She eventually agreed to meet Oestrike for lunch. He sweet-talked her into moving back into his home, she told police. The woman described a sweet side that Brady could portray and believed the two had a strong relationship which included bondage role-playing. She described Brady as a gun addict, and on several occasions he showed her multiple guns and even threatened to kill her multiple times. On July 12th, less than a month after the incident with the Coldwater girl, Brady turned to Craigslist and found the following post. "I need $50 by 3:30 p.m. today. I can pay you back later tonight. I need gas and some meds quickly because everyone in my house has bronchitis and I don't want to get sick. I'm 8 months pregnant and my lungs are already compressed. If you could help me, my daughter and I would greatly appreciate it. We're seeking donations if possible, as we're in a tight spot and have another baby on the way. As for the conditions, there will be no intimate activities involving men or any actions on me unless it involves my boyfriend. Condom use is mandatory. I'm 18 and he's 25. Also, I recently dyed my hair so it's neither black nor brown anymore. I can offer $120. Brooke: Wow, really? Can you host? Brady: I can host. What are you thinking? Brady: I'm 25. Do you both need a ride, or where would you like me to pick you up? Brooke: No, we can travel, just can't host is all. When and where would you like to meet? Brady: How about outside in a park around 11:30? Is that okay? Brooke: I don't know. I don't want to risk indecent exposure. I can't go to jail, especially being 8 months pregnant. Brady: It's safe. The park is cop-free, especially behind it where there are lots of woods. No cops at all. It's not my first time there. We can be discreet as you're with your boyfriend. Brooke: Do we need to bring condoms? Brady: No, I've got that covered for myself. Meet past the baseball diamonds in the back grass lot. Follow the trail to the right until you get to the meadow. I'll have a dry blanket for us three. Brooke, okay, I guess we can. Sorry for the late reply, we had to discuss it and your messages were going to spam. What time? Brady, midnight works. If I add an extra $1.40, can we not use protection? Brooke, okay, we'll do it. Thanks for the donation. We might be a bit late. My boyfriend is currently using the bathroom. We'll head out as soon as he's finished. It's unclear exactly what happened next, but what we do know is Brooke's boyfriend was beheaded shortly after arriving to the park. It is believed that Brady possibly drugged Brooke and ended up taking her back to his Taft Street house. Their car was found by some teenagers the next morning, and police found the headless Charles with some sticks on him. To clear some stuff up about Brooke and Charles, it is believed Brooke was a victim of human trafficking by Charles, so maybe Charles got exactly what he deserved. Over the next 24 hours, the community really got together with Brooke's family and the hundreds of volunteers. They started searching nearby fields and apartment complexes for any sign of Brooke. Police ended up pulling forensic digital data from Charles's phone and found a link to a Mike Hard. Over the day or so, investigators found a connection between an email address and Brady, and they started staking out his house around the clock. It is unclear why they waited for a search warrant instead of going to knock on the door. Keep in mind, the same police department took the previous call about the girl from Coldwater. Little did they know, over the next 72 hours, Brooke was tortured and forced to do things against her will. Police ended up getting an arrest warrant and search warrant for Brady and the Taft Street house roughly 4 days after Brooke was taken. At the time, Brady just left his house and they hit the sirens and lights for a stop on his yellow Cobalt. Upon approaching the car, they notice Brady was unresponsive and appears has a gunshot wound near the side of his head. They open the trunk and noticed a suitcase. Yes. That's where they found Brooke in a fetal position, clinching to her stomach. She died from strangulation earlier in the day. Wyoming, Michigan Police Department released more shocking details that shook the community. They removed hundreds of weapons and numerous torture devices. They also discovered he had recorded the whole time Brooke was inside of his house. FBI was called because they found a map with a bunch of pins marked on it, near the area where he held people. FBI hasn't released anything that came of that map. He told friends it was a map where he had stashes in case of a zombie attack. My personal belief is he used it as a threat. If the girls didn't do exactly what he said, that they would be killed and marked with a pin. The case shocked the community and highlighted the potential dangers of meeting strangers through online platforms. It led to discussions on the safety of online classified sites and the need for increased caution when arranging meetings with unknown individuals. The Brady Oestrike case remains a somber reminder of the dark potential hidden within seemingly innocuous online interactions and the devastating impact that such crimes have on families and communities.